Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 2025 8-Scale Nitro GT3 World Championships here in VRC-Pro. I'm Mike Garrison here. This is your A-main lineup after qualifying. As we get set to go in here for this one, look at that tone to sound. Off and underway. And it's a drag race into the first turn. It looks like early on here. I believe that's going to be Andre Navati going to be taking the number 1 spot. Mario Spinello going to be in the number 2 spot. Now Spinello up in the number 1 spot. Graham Racerick in that number 2 spot here. Down the backstretch they go here for lap number 1. A lot of racing left to go. A 15-minute race here for these drivers. And Navati. He was out for, big mistake from Navati. Navati hits that inside curve, ends up out in the turf. He's trying to off-road his way back onto the racetrack. He's definitely got some catching up to do now here in this one. Spinello going to be out front, your top qualifier. Mario. Mario makes the exact same mistake as Navati. Oh, no. All sorts of trouble here for Spinello. He catches the curve, goes up into the turf, tries to circle his way back around. Watch this here, catches the turf again, then gets tangled, tumbles. Wow, what a turn of events here. A rough start for your top qualifier. As he is all the way back in 7th place now. A lot of racing left to go, though. We'll see if he can catch back up. Here he comes back around through the infield now. Graham Racerick out to be out front in this one. As you see here, Spinello had a 26.5 on lap number 2 with the catastrophe. 21.6 that time by. His new fast lap of the race. He's got the trigger pull. Through the chicane he goes, coming back around onto the backside. Andrew Bardetta now, the race leader. Anglo Graff, he's in the number 4 spot. His fastest lap of the race so far, 22.3 last time by. Graff coming down the front stretch, backing under the crossover he goes here. Graff going to be 6/10 of a second back from Altmaninger. Graff in yellow and white around the right-hand side he goes. Here comes your top qualifier. He's worked his way up into the number 5 spot now. You cannot count out Spinello. Tell you what, this driver trying to rebound from a massive crash on lap number 2. Through the chicane. Look how close he is right there. Left, right. He's using every bit of the racetrack that he can. Spinello on the left-hand side. Up and over the crossover he goes. A very unique racetrack here for these drivers. 21.652 his fast lap of the race that time by. As I was saying, though, a very unique racetrack here for these drivers. A lot of elevation, some banking in some of these corners. These drivers pushing these GT3 cars to the max here in this one. Altmaninger, 3 minutes into this race. His fast lap on the track of 21.992 on lap number 6. Here is Andrew Bardetta, your race leader. Bardetta. His fast lap going to be a 22.0 on lap number 4. He was 0.2 of a second. Oh, he was ahead. Now he is back in the number 2 spot. As it looks like, I believe that is going to be Adrian taking over the number 1 spot. Indeed it is. Bardetta dropping to the number 2 spot. Now Graham Racerick on the number 3 spot. Altmaninger in the 4. Mario Spinello in the number 5 spot. Spinello working his way past now Altmaninger. Spinello up in the number 4 spot. Down the backstretch they go. Mario on a move here in this one. There's Graham Racerick as well. Racerick battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Racerick in the number 4 spot here. And Spinello working his way all the way up into 3rd now. He is 2.4 seconds back from Bardetta in 2nd. Bardetta is only a 1/10 of a second back from a race leader. As they come back around here. 4:10 into this one. Altmaninger and Racerick having a great battle here in the 4 and 5 spot. Under the crossover they go. Racerick in the orange car. There is Bardetta. Battle for the lead here. Bardetta trying to make the move here on Adrian. Round through the sweeper they go. Up and over the top of the crossover. Side by side. Bardetta tries to make the move into the corner. Dives a bit too wide. Adrian takes it back from him. Adrian sets him up to the switchbacks. Bardetta looking at the line back through the chicane here. Whoa, Adrian getting a bit loose there. Holding on to it, though, taking over the number 1 spot. Bardetta drops back to the number 2 spot. And, woo, Bardetta! Slow motion action here. Watch this. Up on 2 wheels. Bardetta keeps that car back on all fours. He's in the pit lane. 5 minutes into this race here. Spinello in for his pit stop as well in the number 3 spot. Racer in 4th. Altmaninger in 5th. Rapp in 6th. Navati, Pettit, and Remy Fox in that number 9 spot as they work their way back around here. 5:15 into this one. Here's Graham Racer currently sitting in the number 4 spot. And Racer in for fuel now. He's in on the wall, revving that engine, keeping it running. Bardetta coming out of the turf there. Just ahead of Racer as Racer comes out of pit lane. Back around onto the backside of the racetrack they go. I do believe this time around we should see the correct running order after all the pit stops. 5:45 into this one. It's going to be LaCalle in the number 1 spot. Mario Spinello in that number 2 spot. Bardetta in the 3 spot. Racetrick in 4th. Altmaninger in the number 5 spot. Racetrick and Altmaninger battled out here on the left-hand side as they come up and over the crossover, working their way through traffic. I believe that was Pittick just ahead of them there. Under the bridge they go, and that is Bardetta just ahead of them. That's a 3-way battle now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And here's your race leader. And as a racer, they say, all eyes ahead of you. Don't race in your rearview mirror. But right now, he's got to be looking behind him because here comes Spinello. Straight by Adrian. Adrian catches the curve. Spinello, the top qualifier, goes to the back of the pack on lap number 2. 17 laps later, he's back at the front. Graham Racer working his way around now, trying to close the gap up. Mario Spinello has done it. He's back to the front. Still a lot of racing left to go, though. One mistake is all it takes. Any one of these drivers is very capable of taking a VRC World Championship win here. Mario Spinello, though, trying to prove them all that he's the man on top. 7:10 into this one. A 15-minute race coming up on the halfway mark. It's Spinello, Bardetta, Racetrick, Altmaninger, Adrian, Graff, Navati, Pettit, and new running order here in this one. On the backside of the racetrack goes Racetrick. Bardetta in the number 2 spot. He's only 0.6 of a second ahead of Racetrick. Graham Racetrick, one of a very few group of drivers, a very small group of drivers, I should say, that we see running the VRC World Championships year after year in a wide variety of classes. And in each one of them, always in the A-main running, which is impressive in itself, that's for sure. These drivers, you'll see a lot of these names, they go from 8-scale off-road to 10-scale short course oval to 8-scale GT3 on-road. And Racetrick here, 8:10 into this one in the number 3 spot. 0.5 of a second back from Bardetta. Spinello out to a 4.7-second lead right now here in this one. Here comes that battle for second and third. Great shot right there. These GT3 cars coming down the front stretch. Back around on the right-hand side they go. Bardetta, Racetrick, second and third. Kaye and Altmaninger, 4th and 5th. Ingo Graff in 6th. Andre Navati in 7th. Mike Pitich in 8th and Nutty Fox in 9th. 8:45 into this one. And Racetrick trying to make the move on Bardetta now. He makes the move. Racetrick fighting his way through traffic here. Up into the number 3 spot. I should say. Up and over the bridge. Back around here. Bardetta, though, right there behind him. Bardetta says, you're not getting away that fast. Bardetta trying to lock on the rear bumper of Racetrick. Through the chicane they go. Into the chase cam action. 9:15. Here comes Bardetta. Take a look at this slow motion. Watch Bardetta. Oh, Racetrick losing the rear end a bit. Bardetta dives to the inside. Tries to power around the outside through that elevated corner. Onto the bridge they go, back into the infield. 9:35 into this one. And Bardetta once again. Bardetta super fast. Coming to that right-hand sweeper. Racer hold him off, though. 1/10 of a second is all that separates him. Here's Altmaninger in the number 4 spot. He's going to be 1.9 seconds back from that battle for second and third. And Bardetta dropping back a little bit here from Racetrack, about a 5/10 of a second gap here. Spinello, we'll see when they cross the line here. And there's Mario in and out of pit lane. He's got a 7.5 second lead on Racetrack. Racetrack making his final pit stop. Bardetta making his final pit stop. Under the bridge, back around we go. Bardetta down the backstretch. Up and over the bridge. Last time by the line there, here comes Adrian. In that 4th spot, 3.4 seconds back from Andrew Bardetta in 3rd. Ingo Graf up at the number 5 spot now. That may change after a pit stop here, but don't believe Ingo has made his pit stop just yet. Here's Graham Racetrack in the number 2 spot. 11 minutes into this race, 4 minutes to go. Graham Racetrack qualifying the number 2 spot, 21.7. His fast lap of the race comes on lap number 27. Graham Racetrack, as the race goes on, turns up the heat. I tell you what, Graham Racetrack is a complete opposite driver than I am, that's for sure, as if I'm going to get a fast lap, which is far and few between, if I'm going to get a fast lap, it's going to be early on because I wear out as the race goes on. Racetrack, he is turning up the heat as the race gets longer and longer. Mario Spinello, his fast lap, 21.3, last time by at 22.7. Adrian working his way around here, believe. Going in the number 6 spot right now. That should change after the pit stops all sort themselves out. 11:55 into this one. 3 minutes to go now. This race winding down. Mario Spinello. He started this race with a big, catastrophic second lap. Crash in the infield. For many drivers, that would have been the end of their World Championship contention. However, Spinello putting the trigger down and works his way back to the front. Can he hold on to it? 2.5 minutes to go now. Graham Racetrack 9.4 seconds back. Spinello looking for a World Championship win here in GT3. There's Graham Racetrack in the number 2 spot. Down the backstretch he goes on the left-hand side. Take a look here, some slow motion. Racetrack pushing a bit wide. Pushing up against that outside wall there. Here's Ingo Graf in the number 5 spot. Altmaninger now up into 4th here in this one. Collier, Adrian dropping back into the number 6 spot here. Andrea Navati in the number 7 spot. Mike Hedrick in the number 8 spot. And our good pal, Steve Fox in the number 9 spot. Your race leader back around through the sweep on the left-hand side. Time is winding down now. Graham Racetrack, he's got a 3.5 second lead on Andrew Bardetta, so everybody starting to kind of settle into their spots here in this race. Still, anything can happen. Some of the most exciting racing we see here in VRC Pro is definitely within the final few minutes of most races. There's Andrew Bardetta. Bardetta, 21.8 on lap number 33. Bardetta trying to close that gap up on Racetrack. 5.2 seconds the gap right now. Over the bridge he goes, coming back around over the right side, down the front stretch. 14:05 into this one. 55 seconds left on the clock. Mario Spinello, 21.2 on lap number 36. I don't know what these drivers do to get faster towards the end of the race. They're just getting warmed up. Here they come back around here. Down the front stretch he goes, onto the bridge, 30 seconds to go. Spinello through the infield. Back around through the chicane here. I believe he's going to get one more lap after this one. It's going to be close. There's Graham Raystrick. This may be Graham's last lap. We'll wait and see here. It may catch him at the line. Back onto the right side goes Raystrick down the backstretch. 7 seconds to go. Don't know if he's going to get it. That's going to be time. Graham Raystrick is done in the number 2 spot. Here comes Bardetta. Andrew Bardetta done in the number 3 spot. And coming around, a well-deserved VRC Pro World Championship win, Mario Speedmello taking the win here in this one. Congratulations to all 3 of these drivers. Speedmello, your world champion for GT3, followed by Graham Raystrick in the 2nd place spot, and Andrew Bardetta rounding out your top 3.